Hey, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co.
Hi, I'm Rena.
And today we're going over the games I backed in December, which is actually a much better month than November as far as things go. So, for those of you who watched November's was a bit of a madhouse. There were like 45 games to go over, of which I backed like, I don't know, 15 or something like that.
Like 37.
Yeah, I backed like 15 out of 37 or something along those lines. But this particular month we have 18 games. 18, which is a step down.
That the total amount of games that you backed last month is close to the games that you were even thinking of backing this month?
Yes.
How many did you back out of the 18?
5.
That's it?
And I feel like I should be backing more. We'll talk about it. We'll get through this. But in general, if you're new to this series we go over the games that I was looking at backing. This is not all the campaigns in December. These are campaigns that have an end date in December. I always focus on that because there's always someone who asks a question. These are campaigns that have an end date in December. In fact, most of these are like the first week of December they ended. But then secondly, they're the campaigns that in some way, shape, or form I was interested in backing. I considered backing. If a campaign is here, if a game is here, it means that I was thinking about it and interested and wanted to. And if I did or didn't back it, well, that comes down to self-control and or various reasons that decided it wasn't a game that I needed to own quite as much. And with that, let's go ahead and start off.
Is this part Terraforming Mars?
This is not Terraforming Mars, but it does have a moon on the cover, which basically means it's the same thing.
Well, it says Mars Contracts over there.
It has an expansion called Mars Contracts. It's not Terraforming Mars. This is Ceres. Ceres, the board game from Artipia Games. This is one of worker placement with a shared worker pool in which you're placing workers down both to be able to accomplish specific objectives as well as taking specific workers from a shared pool in order to be able to utilize those. But it's basically a worker placement-ish.
I got that from all the
with an asteroid field. There's a whole asteroid field, and there's an asteroid field. Where
look, it had a picture of your Board Game Co. thing.
It had a picture of my Board Game Co. thing. Yes, it did.
Oh.
Does that mean anything? Does that mean anything?
Maybe.
What does it mean? Does it mean I backed it?
No, it might not mean that. I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know. It's up to you to find out. But you can place their things down. You're trying to build up a degree of income from the asteroid fields. You're trying to build up your cars so you can get cards, so you can get income every round across the 4 rounds. I definitely played it, whether or not, and I definitely liked it. Otherwise, they wouldn't put a testimonial up there. But liking a game and backing a game are two totally different levels.
I'm not sure if you're trying to convince me or yourself.
No, I'm just saying, liking a game and backing it. I didn't back it. Ceres is one that I did enjoy, and I enjoyed the game, but the problem is, especially with what this game is doing. This game is a midweight Euro game. Midweight Euros, I find, are a hard game for me to table, and therefore I usually table my favorite ones in my collection. I enjoyed Ceres. If they send me a copy, I'll be happy to own one. But it's not one that I felt the need to personally back. I just felt that it's a game that I liked, and I'm going to pick games that I love over games that I like every single time.
Makes sense.
That's Ceres.
All right.
Moving on from there, we have CMON Comics. This is an interesting one in terms of the end date. I mentioned the end date, and I'm pretty sure this is still active. So I just put this in because this is kind of like a vague sort of crowdfunding. It was on BackKit as a pre-order, so the date on this one, ignore.
Didn't you back the first set of them?
I did back the first set. That was on Kickstarter. That was officially Kickstarter. This was like, hey, it's available for pre-order, and like, you can go ahead and get these things, and you can get like, Cthulhu Death May Die stuff, and Zombicide stuff, and Zombicide Invader stuff, and Zombicide Black Plague stuff, and Twilight Imperium, and Android, and Dust, and Hate.
I don't know.
You don't know if I backed it?
No.
Okay, anything with the words Cthulhu Death May Die, I backed. Anything with the words Cthulhu Death May Die, I backed.
I didn't finish.
You said you don't know.
I said I didn't know, but my guess is that you did back it based on the Cthulhu Death May Die.
I got the Cthulhu Death May Die and the Black Plague stuff, and honestly, even the Black Plague stuff, I have so much Black Plague stuff, I probably didn't need to get the Black Plague stuff, but I did get the Black Plague stuff because I still do like Black Plague, but Cthulhu Death May Die was the main draw here. I got the Cthulhu Death May Die.
Does it come with more pieces?
It comes with more pieces. More guys. Look, if I click on this, there's like more guys and things, and 5 investigators, 1 enemy figure, season 4 required. Lost episode 8, season 1 required. Lost episode 9, season 3 required. 6 dashboards, 1 card, and 2 special investigator.
More thingies that we can play.
More episodes, yes. Ooh. Yes.
When's it coming?
I have no idea. It's CMON, whenever, sometime in the future, generically. It'll show up one day.
Okay,
moving on to Copan Dying Ciy from Holy Grail Games. Copan Dying Ciy is a game of a city that's, well, dying. The city slowly. Wow. Where's the Board Game Co. logo? Where's the Board Game Co. logo? Testimonial. There's got to be someone on this page. Board Game Co. testimonial. No, somewhere. Show it, please. No, give it to me. Give it. I don't know what's up. I'm sure it's somewhere on the page.
Did you back it?
No. But it had a logo somewhere.
I'm very happy for you.
You're
scrolling very hard
I'm trying to find the logo. There's testimonials? There should be testimonials. Videos. Testimonials.
I found you. I found it. No. I found it. It was your video.
That was a video. It's not a testimonial. Okay, no testimonials. I don't know. I don't remember, actually. But either way. Anyways, this is
Oh,
Copan
wow.
Dying Ciy. Copan Dying Ciy is one that I definitely enjoyed a lot. In fact, I really do hope they send me this one. But also, this is from the same company that made Encyclopedia, which I love. I love Encyclopedia.
I'm happy I didn't know that beforehand, because then it would have swayed me a little bit more.
And they made Museum Picture, which I really, really like.
Did
and
I
they
play
made
that?
Yes, you did actually.
What happened in that one?
You play cards with artists and years and styles into museums to trade and get the cards back that you need, and then try to arrange them into your museum in certain configurations so you can get big blocks of colors and artists overlaying, and it's basically all about that stuff.
Are you sure I played it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you played it.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, but I like Copan Dying Ciy a lot. I just like Encyclopedia
wonderful.
more, and I like Museum Picture more, and Copan Dying Ciy, again, is going to be fighting in that genre for me for table time. And I just don't think it's going to beat out Lorenzo Magnifico, or Coimbra, or Encyclopedia, or Terraforming Mars, or insert all those things. I think
So
Copan Dying
many.
Ciy is very, very, very good. I really enjoyed it. I also didn't need to back it. Moving
Nice.
on, we have Cube Monster from Crazy Box.
That looks so cute.
That's barely even the game. That's like literally just an extra piece that you
hand?
have. It's a hand. It's a hand holding the cubes. As you try to gather cubes and use the cubes to ascend the mountain, so you can defeat the cube monster by feeding a cubes, and use the cubes to build various buildings and build up your tableau and become better and more powerful as you gather hosts of cubes and defeat the cube monster.
I'm just amused listening to you say
Yeah,
that.
that's fair. That's fair.
I don't think you backed it.
I didn't back it.
Nope.
Cube Monster actually looked really cool. Part of the problem is they have this really cool thing over here. If I can scroll down and find it. They have the giant mountain of cubes. You can actually have a physical 3D mountain of cubes for $200. And I was like, I don't care enough about this game for $200. But it looks cool.
It does.
It looked cool. I was interested in it. I just wasn't willing to pay like the base game for like $60. I wasn't like sure enough it was worth $60. I didn't actually play this one, unfortunately. And then the more than that, I was like, you know what? I just for $200, I don't care enough. The hand is only $100. If you want like the hand, the hand's not $100. The copy with the hand is $100.
I see.
But yeah. Anyways, moving on to Dark Venture. Dark Venture, a card game that tells you stories as you go through a cooperative. No. Wow. Are you just going with the fact that I backed 5 of 18? So if you say no to everything, you'll be right 13 times.
No, can you scroll back up? Is that a worm?
This I have no clue what this is. It looks like a worm type creature thingamajig.
I was going off of that.
Yeah, and I'll back worm type creature things.
Do you have any worm type games?
I have the game Dark Venture: Battle of the Ancients literally on the floor behind this.
Was I right, or did you not back
No,
this
I didn't
one?
back this one.
Okay.
This is more the card game. I like the board game.
Oh.
I don't know if I like the board game. I got the board game, hoping to like the board game. Quacklo specifically sold me on that one. He played Dark Venture Battle of the Ancients and like really talked it up a lot. And I was like, fine, I will back it. And so I backed it. But I was like, you know what? I should probably play that one before I get this one. And this one is this game is like a 7. Like it's a 7 on board game. Something like that. It's good. It's not like amazing, great. And like lots of people do like it, but lots of people are also like, it's okay and not amazing. And I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and stick with the games that I currently have. And the other ones I back.
Nice self-control.
Maybe, arguably, debatably.
You only backed 5.
Moving on, we have Duck in Danger, or Duke in Danger, or I don't know how to say that. Duke in Danger. Duke in Danger.
Does it come with a stuffy?
No, maybe. I don't think so. I didn't see anything about stuffy. Duke in Danger. Duke in Danger is a game. It's a clever trick-taking game with a twist, as you have these specific dukes, which are these endangered type of monkeys that are adorable, and they're in danger, and they have like 6 different levels to the game as far as how to like slowly augment and level up the trick-taking game as you go through it. And the base game came with like 1 through 4, and then you could add in expansions or get the full deluxe with 1 to 6. All these different levels of tons of just hand-drawn unique card artwork for every single card. Just it's a trick-taking game with ducks with ducks.
I think you backed this one.
I did not back this one.
No, not this one. You love trick-taking games.
I do like trick-taking games,
and you
but
don't
also
have that many.
What?
You don't have that many trick-taking games.
So the part of the problem is I've grown to start appreciating trick-taking games. It doesn't mean all of them. It just means that I've started to appreciate them more. It's adorable.
It has cute monkeys.
It is, but I kind of figure that for me, I'd either want like the whole everything or none at all, because I am very much all or nothing. And once it's like €64, €64 for like a trick-taking game, I was like, you know what, I can pass on this one because I haven't played it and I don't know if I like it. And it's €64 for a bunch of cards.
On point this month.
I have a backlog of like 100+ unplayed games. I need to.
Where are they?
That entire calyx over there is all unplayed games.
Really?
Yeah. Every single last one. Every single last one. Yeah. And that's with playing a game a day every single day for last year. So I'm behind. So I need to have self-control when I back these things or don't back those things.
Yeah, but if you back them now, they're not coming for 2 years.
True, but that's true for every single month. And every single month that we've been doing this series, there have been games that I backed that are still showing up. Every day
we
it
get
shows
a lot
up.
of boxes.
Boxes show up.
So many boxes.
Boxes. Dungeon pages. A print and play roll and write. You saying no?
No.
But look at it. It's got, like, look at the art and dungeon pages. It's got 6 heroes, 6 dungeons, 36 combinations, new puzzles with each play.
No.
Print them out and play them in your lunch break. Mix and match dungeons and characters for a unique experience every single time.
No.
I didn't back it.
There you go.
But I want to. I just want someone to make them all nice and pretty and stop making them print and play.
First of all, if you send me the files for the print and play, I will make them nice and pretty for you.
I need, like, a proper box and situation. It's not going to happen. It's just going to go into...
Do you think that I cannot make you a proper box?
It's not going to happen.
I can make you a
It's
proper
not gonna
box.
happen.
How do you know?
I'll back one and show it. I have 2 or 3 that I already backed. I'll send them to you.
Send them to me, and I will make you a
we'll
proper
see.
box.
We'll
I will
figure it out.
laminate them and put
Yeah,
dry
maybe.
erase
We'll
markers in
figure it out.
them. All
Then
you have to do is send me the files.
Sure. Then I'll
And
start
then I will
backing it
make
all.
them.
Exactly.
It'll be
Done.
pretty, remember?
Moving on to Elden Ring, the board game.
You do. You back this one.
I did back this one.
Yes.
Elden Ring, the board game from Steamforged Games. This is an easy one to back because I played it.
Is that a
Generally,
cauldron?
that is a cauldron. I believe his name is Alexander, actually.
Really?
I believe so.
That's hilarious.
Alexander the Cauldron, if I'm not mistaken. I never actually played Elden Ring the video game. I played Elden Ring the board game. But any game that I played if I liked it enough, it's an easier back. And this one I did like enough, and it is an easier back. This one was just looking at.
I thought I had a door.
There was a door.
Okay.
But anyways, Elden Ring the board game from Steamforged Games, giving you a look. This gun's got a logo thingamajiggy, and I did back it. You see, logo means I backed it. Elden Ring is, I believe, my favorite Steamforged Games title so far. Not just my favorite Steamforged Games title. I really, really like my experience with Elden Ring. Yes, that's true. All that stuff is true. I really liked Elden Ring. It was really well done as far as giving you a tactical combat puzzle that was very satisfying to think through and puzzle out. And that's before we even got to the character building, because I didn't get to experience character building because I only played, like, a single adventure, exploration, and then boss fight.
There you go.
It's one that I really liked. I didn't care at all for the graphic design. That's usually how I feel. A lot of Steamforged titles, I don't care for the graphic design. They're often working with video game assets and stuff, and it doesn't really do it for me. But the game itself, I really, really, really liked, and I think it's going to do really well, because I think people will like this one. I think it's just a good game in terms of what it's doing.
Nice.
So that's Elden Ring.
Next.
Moving on to Empire's End from Brotherwise Games.
I know this game.
Do you, though?
Why do I know this game?
I have no idea. You never played it.
I know.
Yeah.
It sounds very familiar.
It was set up on the table for, like, a good 4 days in a row.
Was I supposed to play it with you?
No. It just existed in this house for a bit. Empire's End.
Table?
It was down here. It was just sitting here on this table for like 4 days straight. Empire's End from John D. Clear. This is one which is a reverse no thanks kind of bidding. So it's like the bidding of no thanks, where every single turn you're bidding to not take the disaster until eventually someone says, fine, I'll take all this stuff and I'll take the disaster and I'll destroy my city and kill my people because, hey, you offered me enough wheat and gold along the way.
Sounds very dark.
That is exactly what it is. You're
Very
bidding
dark.
on that. But then at the end of the game, you see who has built up the best empire, who has got the most production, the best situation, the most points, and has the best empire left standing across, the rounds of play, and that's basically Empire's End.
How much was it?
Ooh, it's like $35 for the retail edition, and then like, $45 or $40 for the deluxe edition. $55 if you want the wooden tokens. I didn't actually care enough for the wooden tokens.
Are you trying to tell me something?
Maybe. Or am I trying to throw you off your game?
I'm too tired for you to throw me out my game.
It's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's so early.
It's only what now?
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the meantime,
I still don't think you backed it.
I didn't back it.
Nope.
I liked Empire's End.
Those are nice tokens.
I didn't actually care about them.
Look
Was
at
it
the
these I
fire.
didn't care about? I don't remember. There's something I didn't care about as far as tokens. But either way, I liked Empire's End, but I didn't love Empire's End. I thought it was totally fine, and I also thought that I got the No Thanks experience out of playing No Thanks, which I already own.
I really like no thanks.
I really like No Thanks too.
It's a great game.
It's a great game. But that's why I didn't feel the need to get Empire's End, even though it was cool, and just the more No Thanks, I'll just play No Thanks instead. Next up, we have Fit to Print.
Yes.
Yes, I backed it, or yes, I should back it?
Both.
Yes, I backed it.
Yes.
Fit to Print from Flat Out Games. I wasn't sure. I wasn't even sure on this one.
I like this game.
Well, that's part of what made it a little easier to back, is because I know that you and Ricky enjoyed it, and I know that's a little easier to table. But for me,
Such a cute game.
I liked it. I'm curious about the solo mode, because I've really been enjoying the solo mode of all the Flat Out Games games. But
What
for
other
me,
ones do they have that are solo?
Calico, Cascadia, and Verdant. All have solo modes.
Yes.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Yes.
I think I did know that. Calico, I know. I didn't know Verdant.
Yes.
And
The Verdant one and the Cascadia ones is not as good as Calico, because Calico is challenging and makes you regret your life choices.
That is
The
true.
other two are a little easier and not as satisfying, although they get harder as you go through it. But at first they start off easy. They're like, we're going to ease you into it. And I'm like, the problem is I've gotten used to Calico, so I didn't want to be eased into it. I wanted to feel the brutal pain of not knowing whether I ever made a choice right in my life. And they don't give me that as much. So I should play Calico instead. But anyways, this one from Fit to Print. I like Fit to Print, but the problem with Fit to Print was real time. And real time games are just more gimmicky to me. And so while I did enjoy it, and for $29, I just backed it anyway. But it is the one that I was the most on the fence about. Like, this is the one, like, if you see it in a Games Leaving the Collection video, that might happen. But for right now, I was like, you know what? I'll get the solo. We'll see if we table it. I did like it. And we'll see what happens.
It's a long time from now. Cause it's good.
That is a long time. I just want to be. I like being clear and transparent when I back a game because I love a game, and when I backed a game because it was a fun time and it's $29 and I have the whole set. So like, why not? There's a difference in levels in terms of when you back things, and I want people to understand that. Like sometimes I'm saying this is a great game and I want to own it, and other times I'm saying this is a good game and I kind of just spent the $29 and it is what it is. Yeah. Anyways, moving on to Maple Valley.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
So remember I said I probably should have backed more than I did?
Thunder.
I didn't back Maple Valley.
Why?
Because Ricky hasn't played Creature Comforts in so long.
Does she know that it's here?
She better. I told her when it arrived. We unboxed it together.
Did she make eye contact with you when you told her that it was here?
She unboxed it with me. What kind of eye contact do you want? She didn't look at me the whole video and that doesn't count?
Does she know that it's still around after she unboxed it?
I don't know, but I was... Okay, so here's the deal with Maple Valley. First of all, I didn't play Maple Valley in general.
So cute.
It's adorable.
Yes.
I should back it, honestly. I should just get it over and back it.
Yes.
I should back it.
Yes. I'm happy we're in agreement.
Yeah, I should back it.
Yes.
Because the thing with KTPG games is their Kickstarter versions of their games are so much nicer in terms of the components. But, like, I'm not confident it'll get played. Like, we have 2 KTPG games left. We have Creature Comforts and we have the underwater one.
What's the underwater one?
I can never remember what it's called. I can never ever remember what it's called. Deep Sea Adventures or something like that. It's not called that. It's called something else entirely.
Something underwater. Okay, got it.
I can't see it from here. I cannot see it from here. It's blocked. It's blocked. But
like
yeah,
board games?
it's no. I always forget what it's called. But those 2 games are the ones that it's called Sunken Treasure. No, something. I don't remember what it's called. But those are the 2 that the kids do play the most. But Creature Comforts has not been asked for in a very long time. I should back it, but I feel it's a mistake to back it. I feel it's gonna be unplayed.
No.
But we'll see.
I think it'll be played.
We'll see.
It's so pretty.
Maybe I'll back it.
Look how cute it is.
Maybe I'll back it.
It's
It does
adorable.
look cute. I don't know.
The porcupine? Is that a porcupine? I think it's a porcupine.
It's more the balance of just what gets played versus what doesn't get played. These wooden critter ponds, I should back it. We'll talk about it.
Wait, go scroll back up to the porcupine.
Porcupine.
Yeah, where is it?
No, I didn't see a porcupine. Porcupine.
more,
Nope.
more,
Nope.
more.
Nope.
Keep
Nope.
going.
Nope.
There.
There we go. Porcupine. What about it?
Doesn't it look like from Sing?
It does look like the porcupine from Sing. That's not a good reason to back a game. Moving on to the Cursed Throne.
Is that a llama?
Is this a llama? I don't know. It looks
That's
like
a cat.
It looks like a cat on
Look
the
at
chair.
the animal next to the cat.
That's another cat.
Is it a cat or a wolf?
Not a llama. It's something. This is the Cursed Throne, an expansion to Night Parade of 100 yokai. This is from the same designer and company as Keep the Heroes Out.
All I know is that the cat with the giant eyes.
Yeah.
You still didn't back it.
I did back this one.
You did?
I did back it. I shouldn't have, but I did. I backed this before I had played Keep the Heroes Out, and when I was still more excited for Keep the Heroes Out. I like Keep the Heroes Out, to be clear, but I didn't love it. I was like, this is good, but honestly, I think I can get rid of it.
I like the cat.
This one, I'm hoping I like it more. The cats, the meeples are adorable. The game's adorable. Again, this guy gets the Lewis Brewer.
Look at the eyes
He
of
gets
the cat.
all these games completely right as far as their charm and their appeal.
Aw, look how cute
Exactly.
it is. Aw.
It's adorable. There's a reason I backed this. But probably shouldn't have. But in the meantime, I'll try it out.
Try it.
I like Keep the Heroes Out. I just have to like it more because this is not a cheap game. Once you get all the expansions and the extras and the extra factions, it definitely added up pretty quickly. But that's Keep the Heroes Out, that's
This one's called Cursed
It's
Throne.
called Night Parade. The expansion was Cursed Throne. They titled the Kickstarter. I complained about this when I was doing a 2-back, not to back.
Yeah.
Where I basically said, hey, like they titled the whole Kickstarter without ever using the name of the original game. It's just called the Cursed Throne, but it's just an expansion to the Night Parade. But either way, I did indeed back this one. Moving on to Pest from Arcona Games.
Wow, it's a plague doctor.
It is a plague doctor.
That is a very intense
It's a game about plague. You're playing as plague doctors, cleansing the land from plague and healing the people, and then assigning those people to your various regions on your board to be able to activate and improve and upgrade your actions in your tableau as you place buildings out, as you try to wander around trying to get as many points as possible as you wander the land, cleansing the plague, upgrading your tableau, healing people, all those fun things. What?
You backed it.
No, I didn't.
Why?
Because I thought it was good. Good. I liked it. But again, good is not enough for me. Good is enough to say, I'm glad I played this. And I'm glad I played it. I thought it was a good game. But what, you want it? Why?
Looks so cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's your type of game.
Okay.
From playing it, I don't know if it's your type of game. I don't know if it's as much.
I trust you.
Again, I enjoy it.
Those are.
It had the very cool miniatures. Very cool. Very cool meeples and towers and all these things you could put down and build out. It was a good game. It just wasn't a great game. And it was also expensive, by the way.
Where'd you play it?
Here.
On the computer? Or?
No, here, physically. I covered it.
Oh, where is it?
I don't know where it is. I either sent it on or it's in my stack of prototypes.
Huh.
But yeah.
Cool.
But yeah. No, this was like, also that was another aspect of it as well, which was, it was expensive. It's like $100 game. And I was like, I don't know if I care about $100.
Alright, moving on.
Moving on to Runar from Lunas Magnus Studios. Runar is a skirmish game. A skirmish game in which you're going to draft 3 heroes, similar
Is
to...
this the same as Endless Winter?
No, it's just winter themed. And I guess the box looks a bit like Endless Winter, but no. No otherwise. But yeah, Runar. Runar is a game of skirmish, of drafting various heroes, and then you combine those heroes as you try to accomplish your objectives, as you try to gather the various gems on the map, as you try to slowly take down your opponents and build your little towers, all in the goal of getting as many points as possible, while being mindful of how to manage your resources and play your cards, because that's an interesting card play mechanism as far as how you played your cards, so that it affected both what you got this turn as well as what you got next turn, feeding into like that. But it's basically, it's a half Euro, half skirmish game of drafting heroes and attacking each other.
I don't think you backed it.
I did not back it.
No.
I like Runar. I did.
It looks very cool.
The miniatures were amazing. The production was amazing. The production quality was amazing. But for me, ultimately, I felt like it was competing in the same vein as Super Fantasy Brawl. And for me, I felt I'd just rather play Super Fantasy Brawl. I felt it was quicker and more to the point.
I love Super Fantasy Brawl. It's a great game.
Then we have SAS Rogue Regiment from Ward Forge Games. SAS Rogue Regiment is giving you a V Commandos, V Sabotage style of gameplay as you gather your heroes and as you go on stealth missions in which your goal is to not be, uncovered before it's too soon. What?
You didn't back it.
Of course I backed it. I love this game. I actually didn't play this game. I didn't play this game.
It looks really fun.
This looked very much like the same style of game as V Commandos, V Sabotage that I have over there. And the difference is it looked like it took some of the elements of the patrols and improved upon them in a way that was more satisfying. And so I was very intrigued by it. Do I think it's amazing and I need to play it? I don't know. I'll find out. But it definitely did look like my type of game, and I definitely was invested in it. And so, and it's got a plane on a standee. I didn't realize that at the time. But yeah,
look how cute the plane is.
It is very much my type of game. The question is whether they can deliver upon what I think they're trying to do. But I did go ahead and back this one. I was pulled in by it. And then we have Shake That City from AEG. Shake That City is a small box game of trying to, well, literally shake cubes onto this little cube thingy and then dropping them onto the table, and then everyone picks a configuration of cubes which defines the types of buildings that you're going to put down onto your own personal grid. And then the way those buildings score is going to be how you will ultimately score the most points or don't score the most points in Shake That City.
I lost count how many games you backed.
That's an excellent way to play this game.
It is. I'm very torn.
Yeah.
This looks like something that I would like.
Maybe.
I don't think you backed it.
And we'll never know if you liked it, because I didn't back it. I liked Shake That City. I thought Shake That City was fine. The only problem is I didn't think it was amazing. I thought it was fine. And the biggest thing, it was like charming and compelling in terms of how simple it was, how quickly it played, and all that stuff. And the Cube Shaker was a lot of fun to actually play with.
It does look like something that would be really fun to play.
Ultimately, the variety of the experience I felt was lacking. I felt that it didn't give me a reason to keep diving into it. I played it a handful of times and I was like, I'm good. I don't need to play it again. It was totally fine, and I'd rather play other flat-out games in this line of games. I think it's cute and appealing, and I think it has a good general mass charm, audience appeal and all that. I think it needs more variety to keep it interesting enough for me. Moving on to The Last of Us: Escape the Dark.
Wow, that looks really terrifying.
That's how these people look. That's like zombie head.
Nope.
No, I didn't back it.
Nope.
No, I didn't back it?
Yep.
Because it looks terrifying to you?
Yep.
I didn't back it, but that's not the reason. The Last of Us from Theme Warren Games is, Theme Warren Games, I guess the problem is, I like the Last of Us IP, and I wanted to get this game in theory. I'm just not pulled in by the black and white aesthetic. I think it's very charming in terms of what they're trying to do, and I think it's going to have an audience. What?
I'm like, charming and that.
Yeah, I think there's something nice about going with a black and white aesthetic. I think it's very unique, and it's very like, hey, cut and dry, and it's not like over the top. But for me, ultimately, I was like, I'm fine. I will go with my heavily colored Zombicide and my giant Zombicide Undead or Alive, massive color and art and all those things. It pulls me in more as far as the gameplay, and so this one might be a great game, but the aesthetic didn't pull me in enough, and so I did not back this. And that brings us to our last one of the day, which would be great if you knew that how many I had backed at this point, but we have Werewolf the Apocalypse Retaliation.
What?
Werewolf the Apocalypse Retaliation. This is almost an RPG style game. Not RPG in the way you hear RPG and think I didn't back it. RPG like a narrative style game. A narrative dungeon crawler where you customize your character. You're going to go through different encounters as you play through like this, you know, the various Lycan clans that you're playing as in this werewolf.
Or
you could play it solo. Yeah, you could play it solo. Or cooperative. Or head-to-head, I think. Maybe. I can't recall.
very torn.
Yeah. Lots of clans. Lots of ways to customize your characters.
Ay.
Lots and
full
lots of
moon,
stuff.
very cute.
Full moon, yep. All those things, all the good stuff.
I don't think you backed it.
I didn't back it.
No.
I didn't back it.
Isn't
I
it so nice for you that I lost count halfway through?
It is very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't back this one. I was, again, intrigued by it, but there's so many of these games that very often I need to actually get my hands onto them before I'm like, okay, great, I love it, I need to play it. And this one, I was like, this looks very cool. And also looks overwhelming with the amount of stuff there is, and I just don't know if I care enough about the universe to be fully invested in what's going on here. Although I have heard a ton of good things about oh my gosh, Vampire the Masquerade, which is their original game that they have that's still coming shortly. But Vampire the Masquerade coming soon, and then Werewolf the Apocalypse. I'm intrigued. If I hear good things about it, I'll get it. But for right now, I'm happy to go ahead and pass on it. Which brings us to the, if I could only back 3 and if I could only back 1, what would I back?
If you could only back 1, it would be Elden Ring.
Go on.
If you could only back 3, it would be Elden Ring, Cthulhu Death May Die,
Okay.
and I don't remember what else you backed.
We had Fit to Print. We have the Night Parade. And we have
Oh,
one more.
the SAS one.
SAS, that's right.
So that would be the top 3. Elden Ring, Cthulhu Death May Die, and SAS.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. Because Night Parade, I almost feel like I shouldn't have, and Fit to Print, I was very much on the fence about.
I know, that's why I didn't say Fit to Print.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with those.
Yeah.
And if I go back 1, Elden Ring.
Yeah, but I forgot that you, before I said that, I forgot that you,
I think I would go with only Elden Ring. Because SAS, the Cthulhu Death May Die, as much as I want them, I have plenty of content for it coming. And then for SAS, I haven't played it, and Elden Ring I had played it. So I think I would back only Elden Ring if I could only back 1. But yeah. And that's it. That is the games we backed in December. We'll be back in a month for the games we backed in January, which may be the shortest video ever. In fact,
Why?
it may even be skipped. I don't even know, because there's like nothing in January so far.
Really?
And if there's like 4 games, we're just gonna skip the video and we'll come back in February. We'll figure it out.
Let's do something different in January.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Indeed.
In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Boarding & Co.
I'm Rena.
I hope you have a good one.